So seeing my interest developing in the game and following cricket as a sport, my elder brother subscribed to this weekly sports magazine called the Sports Week. In those days it used to come for a princely sum of ₹1, and every Sunday we used to have a new issue of the magazine coming home. And for me, this was a window into the action that was unfolding in the fields, which I was only imagining till now, because all I could do was listen to the commentary and imagine what might be happening in the field. We used to get two newspapers in our home at that time. One was an Urdu newspaper that my dad used to read, and one was a local Hindi newspaper. And unfortunately, both the papers had a very bad print quality. Firstly, they didn't even carry any pictures, and even if they did, the quality of the pictures was pretty bad. So this magazine suddenly opened my eyes to this beautiful world of cricket now. The sight of cricketers in all whites, wearing these leg guards and gloves and their own country caps, in full flow, playing different strokes. For me, this would remain as one of the most beautiful sights ever. Sights of a batsman playing cover drive, batsmen like purists like Sunil Gavaskar or Vivian Richards playing a ferocious hook or a pull shot, or the sight of Dennis Lillee in full flight in his bowling action, or even some of those West Indian fast bowlers was mesmerizing for me. So that only added to my interest in the game. And then, of course, it would carry those brilliant articles which would give you details of what had happened in the test match, and I would read the entire magazine from cover to cover. There was interesting trivia that you suddenly were privy to in terms of the details of the game. And another interesting fallout of this sports magazine coming home was that I suddenly got exposed to other international sport that was being played around the world. Games like field hockey, badminton, tennis, football, and my world expanded beyond the Gavaskars and Richards and the West Indian fast bowlers to people like Jimmy Connors, who was a big name in tennis in those days, Bjorn Borg, another tennis star. Badminton players like Rudy Hartono. People were already talking about this hockey World Cup that was about to happen in Kuala Lumpur, and players like Ajit Pal Singh or Ashok or Govinda from the Indian team, Samiullah and Islahuddin from the Pakistani team, the Dutch team, the Australian team. So suddenly just because of this interest that I had developed in the game and this extra magazine that started coming in, my whole world to international sports was to take a completely different meaning and get me hooked on to the game like never before. So by the time the series had ended, I was hooked onto the game, and I would eagerly look forward to the magazine coming in every week and reading it, and then that magazine was a way for me to know what international sporting events were also happening, the build up to those sports. And one of the most important event that was about to happen was not just the Hockey World Cup that I just mentioned, but even the first Cricket World Cup, which was the first international tournament of limited over games, moving away from the test matches, which was supposed to happen in that summers in England.